in a very brief, like what is acid, what is base, and how the titration equations are solved, or what is titration especially. Okay, now let's have a brief discussion of acids and bases. Arrhenius definition: H plus production by the species and OH minus production. On the basis of this, it is acid and base. Just remember, it is in the aqueous solution. When we talk about Bronsted-Lowry, what terminology we use? The proton donor is the acid and proton acceptor is the base. So here you can see HCl and water. HCl is an acid because it is giving proton, and this proton is accepted by hydronium ion. Okay, sorry, it accepted by water, and it is forming hydronium ion. What we call it? Hydronium ion. Okay, so this is the basic definition. And when we talk about strong and weak acids and base, strong means complete dissociation. These are the strong acids. Bases, strong bases, and weak acid or bases when the dissociation is partial, it is not complete, like ionization is not complete, it's not 100%. Okay, and here is the examples of these: acetic acid HF and H2CO3, and weak bases ammonia. Okay, now one thing you have to remember about strength and concentration. Just know these two are not same. Strength and concentration are not same. Strength is how much acid or base is dissociated. Okay, it's about ionization, and whereas this concentration is how much acid or base is present. Okay, these two are totally different, just keep in your mind. What about pH? pH is negative log of H plus concentration. We always write concentration in brackets, and here the log is log 10. Okay, so if I solve the problem, this one, 10 minus 3, okay, what would be the pH? Because this is the H plus ion concentration, I have written this thing. When you would solve it through mathematics, minus minus plus 3 log 10. Okay, so what would be the answer? What is the value of log 10? It's 1. Okay, so what would be the value of pH? It's pH 3. So it's very simple. You can easily solve these questions. And here it's the neutralization law, because we are moving ahead to titration, so it is very important to know what is neutralization law. Neutralization means when an acid and base reacts, okay, when an acid and base react, they form salt and water. Okay, so net ionic reaction would be H plus OH minus and H2O. So this is your neutralization law. Any acid base reaction where salt and water is formed. Okay, so here I have added, like, if the salt is formed, then what would be the nature of the salt. Okay, now let's come to our important topic, and this class is only about the titration and the equations or problems related to the titration. What is titration? A quantitative technique used to determine the concentration of an unknown solution using a standard solution. So what we are doing here, we have one standard solution, we know the concentration, and through which that known solution we are going to calculate or identify the concentration of the unknown solution. Okay, I hope you are well aware with the terminology burette, pipette, conical flask, indicator. You must have seen the setup. Okay, in burette, in how you take solution from pipette, in the conical flask. So standard solution means accurately known concentration. It could be NaOH or HCl. Okay, an unknown solution, the solution which you have to calculate the concentration. Okay, the concentration is unknown. What about indicators? When you react acid with base, or these known solution to unknown, you need to see that where the reaction is completed. Okay, so that's why the indicator tells you about the specific point, okay, where you have to see that, okay, the reaction is completed. Right now, what is indicator? Like, in a technical term, it is like a substance that changes color near equivalence point. Phenolphthalein, methyl orange. Phenolphthalein goes colorless to pink and methyl orange goes red to yellow. Now it's your homework to tell me, like, at what pH we are going to use phenolphthalein and methyl orange. Like, what are the working pH for these indicators? Now here we have two terms, endpoint and equivalence point. Be very clear with these terms, that equivalence point is the point where moles of acid and moles of bases are equal. Okay, and endpoint is where color change observed. When you see, okay, color change happened, that is your end point. But the equivalence point is something where the moles of acids are equal to moles of base. Okay, now the main aim of this video is to make you aware, or to make you understand the calculations related to the titration. Here what is written: 25 centimeter cube NaOH reacts with 20 centimeter cube, okay, HCl. Now the concentration of HCl is given. The very first thing you should know, that what is the stoichiometry. The reaction you are going to study, first write it. Stoichiometry is like how many moles are involved. Okay, like here HCl, NaOH giving you NaCl, H2O. 1 mole of HCl, 1 mole of NaOH. Okay, participating. Now this is the reactions. Now you know the stoichiometry. Second thing, calculate the mole of known solution. Always remember this formula. N, this is one formula that will help you to calculate or to solve majority of the problems in titration. N is what? Moles, number of moles. Concentration is moles per decimeter cube. Okay, volume is decimeter cube. Okay, now here what is given? It is given that concentration of HCl, this is the C of HCl, and volume of HCl. Just remember that here we have to calculate everything in decimeter cube. So if you have to be very careful about units. Okay, here it is given centimeter cube, and you have to convert it in the decimeter cube. Okay, then you have to divide it with 1000. Okay, so here you have C and you have V, so you can easily calculate the moles of HCl, 0.0020 mole. Okay, now these are the moles of HCl. And you can see from the stoichiometry that 1 mole of HCl and 1 mole of NaOH. Okay, what does it mean? The moles of HCl and NaOH are equal. The equal moles are participating. So if here 0.002 mole of HCl is participating, so by that concept moles of NaOH would be the same, 0.0020. Okay, so this is for your first question. And find the concentration of NaOH. How would you find? Again, you have from this equation, you have the number of moles for NaOH. From here the volume of NaOH is given. Okay, but you have to divide it with 1000, right? So here, because like N by V, so it's like mole upon volume you have to convert in decimeter cube, so this is the answer. Okay, so please just remember the unit conversion is very important. Sometimes in hurry student don't notice the units, whether it's in centimeter cube or decimeter cube. So units are really important. Just see they all are in the same units, and then if needed convert it, and then get the final answer. Okay, so here I have also written the units separately to make you understand. Now here is some